have cute Cher here. You've seen her before on my channel. She's actually had a video of her own, and then I did her hair for one of my videos. And she was recently married, and now that she's married, she can change her hair because she has no wedding to prepare for. So we are going to do something super fun today. We're actually taking out all of her extensions, chopping her hair, giving her hair a little bit of a break, and we're going to be doing a really pretty rooted blonde color. So yeah, it's going to be really cute, so stay tuned if you want to see this. Okay, so we're going to start mixing, and I am using like 3 different formulas for her hair. And the first is going to be the Blonde Me Schwarzkopf bleach, and I'm going to do 1 scoop of this. I'm using this with 30 volume. I'm going to mix that together with my whisk. And I like to use whisks to mix my product together rather than the brush. That way it's just kind of like a cleaner application once you get started. Okay, you guys, you know how much I love Olaplex, and I still do. But I'm actually trying something new today. Redken came out with a new pH bonder, and it's supposed to be pretty comparable to Olaplex, but you actually don't have to bump your developer when using it, and there's no longer wait time. So I'm excited to kind of try this and see what I think. And what you do is you just put your little guy in this thing. I am using 4 milliliters since I only did 1 scoop of bleach. You kind of get to feel like a doctor. It's all scientific. And I'm just going to inject that into my bleach. And it kind of has the same steps as Olaplex, so it comes with the pH bonder number 2, number 3, and this is awesome because it's actually bigger than the Olaplex and it's cheaper. So if this works, that would be kind of nice. I don't think I'll ever stop using Olaplex completely just because I love it so much, but it's always awesome to try new products that are on the market, see what you like, compare, you know. I'm not opposed to that at all. So my first bleach mixture is done. And I'm just doing 1 scoop of that as well. And I'm doing 40 volume with this one. And I'm going to add my pH bonder into it. So 1 scoop of bleach equals 4 milliliters of the pH bonder. I'm going to mix that together really well. And when I'm doing her hair, I will go over why I mix 2 different bleaches and what I'm using each of them for. Okay, and now I'm going to do her low light color, and I'm mixing 2 different things for this as well. So the first one, I'm going to do 7N, and I'm using Goldwell Colorants. This is a demi-permanent color, and I really like using demis because permanent colors sometimes just fade out kind of weird, and if your client likes to change their hair a lot, it's just better to use a demi, especially when I'm doing like root shadows and stuff, because then they won't fade and kind of give you that gold band that color can do. So I just did a 7N 6A Goldwell Colorants. And then they have a Colorants processing lotion, and it's equal parts. The second color, I'm using that 7N again. And then I'm using 8GB Colorants. And I'm just kind of mixing these like equal parts, half and half of each color. Okay, so as we're looking at these 4 products, you can kind of tell a difference between all of them. Like the Flash Lift is a little darker, the 8GB is a little darker, but I actually just labeled them with stickers so I don't get them mixed up.
Okay, so the first step is taking out her extensions. I did a video on this a little while ago, but I am using the Hair Couture Gel Remover, and I am just making sure that I saturate each side of her extension really well, and then I let that sit for 1 minute, and then I just start working my way around the head, taking them out. And after each piece is sat for 1 minute, you can kind of see that it just kind of comes apart. You pull it apart, brush through it, make sure you get all the gel and glue out. And they come out pretty easy if it's done correctly, as you can kind of see right here. All right, here's for the fun part, the coloring. So I am just gonna kind of walk through what I'm doing as I do it. So I'm doing a partial on her. So I do one mohawk section down the middle and then 2 side sections. And then right here, I am doing 3 bleach foils to 1 low light. And the low light's a little different. So I'm actually taking it after the 3rd or 4th bleach foil, I'm taking the underneath side of that and putting the low light. So I don't know if you could kind of see that, but it's just the back side of the 3rd or 4th foil. And I have 2 low light formulations, and the reason for that is because I'm doing my low lights 2 different ways. So as you saw right there, I actually did a rooted low light, and I'm kind of explaining it to my assistant right now so you can see my hands moving. But so I did like a rooted low light, so I just took it from like the base 3 or 4 inches down and left the tail out. And then this is my second low light right here, and that's all the way down. So for my first rooted low light, I did the 6A 7N, and for the low light that goes all the way down, I did the 8GB with the 7N. And when I get to the bang area, I do it a little differently. I really want there to be like a money piece. I want it to be really light around the face. So I am doing my foils closer together, really fine baby lights. I'm doing baby lights throughout the whole head, but around her face, I'm concentrating it like really well, making sure it's really light. And then I'll actually do a few slices in there too. So with her, I did 1 baby light to 1 slice, and I alternated that pattern for like 6 foils, I think. So that way it's just really bright around her face. Okay, so here's where you can see my like highlighting pattern really up close. As you can see, it's just like really fine baby lights, just making sure I really get all the dark out. We're trying to kick some of that brass out, get her a little blonder. So I'm just making sure I saturate really, really well. And I'm doing the same pattern, but since this is closer up, you'll be able to see my lowlights a little better. So I'll explain it a little more. Okay, so I just finished my third highlighted foil, and as you can see, I just flipped it up and I'm taking all the dropout from that weave and I'm covering it in the 8GB 7N for my low light that goes all the way down. So I'm just making sure I saturate it really well, and then my next low light is going to be the rooted one, and I just alternate between doing a rooted one and doing one that goes all the way down every time I do a low light. Okay, about 3 or 4 blonde foils later, now I'm doing my rooted low light. So again, I'm flipping my last foil up, taking the dropout, and then applying that root color. This is the 6A 7N, and I just apply it to the base and then kind of drag it down a bit. And the purpose for this is just to give her that rooted look throughout the entire head. And we don't necessarily want a ton of low lights because we're trying to get her blonder. So this is going to contribute to that shadowed root look without making her too dark. Okay, and now I'm going to tease out her ends, and this is just going to help her ends kind of pop out a bit, give it a little brighter of a look. So all the dropout from the hair that I highlighted, I'm going to take and I teased it up like 1 or 2 times from the very bottom to diffuse any lines. And then as you can see, I have a few different ways of doing it, but this first way, I just take my brush, feather in the bleach, and then I'm going to cover it with another foil and let it process. Oh, and I don't know if I said this last time, but as you can see, I'm baby lighting as well. So I'm taking it, teasing it up to diffuse any lines, and then I go through and baby light it, so there is still a dropout section, and that's just going to give me a little brighter ends, and it's just going to look really good. And so this second way, I just kind of rub it on my hand, and then I'm going to use my finger to blend it up. And I really, really like utilizing my hands because I feel like they're the best tools we have to blend any lines. Alright, so she's been processing for about 45 minutes, so I'm going to mix up her toner, and I am doing 1 ounce of 9V Shades EQ and then 1 ounce of 9P, and then I'm mixing that equal parts with the processing solution, so I'm going to have 4 ounces of color total. Kevin Murphy, my holy grail products. Just wait, I love it. I'll talk about it more, but this is the best purple shampoo ever. Alright, so all her foils are out, so I'm going to rinse her, and then I'm just going to shampoo before I start toning, and this is just to ensure that all the product's out of her hair. Okay, you guys, I had to leave this in the video because it's so funny. My salon manager / assistant was feeding us because, as you hairdressers know, on a busy day, you have no time to eat. So she just came in and fed us while we were working, and it was really funny, so I thought I'd leave it in. Okay, so I'm doing her root shadow first. So I set her up in the bowl, and then I just work through, oh, and I also put the Olaplex on her hair. So I did shampoo, Olaplex, let that sit for about 5 minutes, and then now I'm combing through her hair and parting off for the root smudge. So I do a little rectangular box around the face, and that's where I did my money piece foils, and I'm leaving that out because I want it to be brighter, as I said before. So I am just parting it down the middle, and now I'm working my way up with the root smudge. And for this formulation, I'm just doing the 7N 6A that I did for her rooted foils. So I'm just using that same color and doing the root smudge. So I'm just working it in about an inch and a half down, as you can see right here, and then I'm leaving that bang out. after I do each side, I'm just working my way down the back of the head now, and I'm starting at the top and working down. And this is just like my favorite thing to do ever. It makes every blonde so pretty, so you should definitely try it. Okay, and this is gonna sit for 5 minutes on her hair. Now that the 5 minutes are up, I'm taking that root color and I'm just working in that little rectangular box around the bang that I left out. And now I'm going to let everything sit for 3 minutes and then she'll be done. Alright, so before I rinse out the root color, I'm actually taking my 9V, 9P, working it into the blonde hair, and I'm just like working both of the colors together. So I take her root color, massage it in with the toner, and this just blends every line, makes sure there's no harshness. It looks really pretty, so that's what I always do, and I leave that toner on like anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. Okay, so I am using the Kevin Murphy Purple Conditioner on her, and like I said before, I cannot say enough about Kevin Murphy. My salon just became a Kevin Murphy salon, so we're getting the whole product line in, but this Purple Conditioner is what convinced me that that product line needed to be in my salon. And here are my other products, the anti-gravity spray, the mousse, the hairspray. So yes, I just love it, and I will be doing a video about all of their products very soon. Okay, so Sheridan wants a lot, but she doesn't want too much taken off. So we are just going to be doing frontal extensions instead of a whole head, and then I'm just freshening up the rest of her hair. So I'm taking that middle section, cutting that to where I want it, and then I'm going to over direct each side to the middle. So that way when her hair lays down flat, it has that angle to it. So right here I'm just evening out her baseline and going around the whole head with what I did underneath, and then as soon as I dry her, I'm going to go through and do her texturizing and layers. Okay, for her top section, I'm taking a pie-shaped section, and I am just notching into that by point cutting at the very top. And this isn't going to give her very defined layers, but it's just kind of dusting her ends, getting it healthy, adding a little bit of texture, that kind of thing. And this is a little trick I like to do on all of my blondes. As you can see, she has little flyaways around the base of her hair, and a lot of blondes do just because of bleach, you know, chemical damage, that kind of thing. And so I am just taking my shears, opening them up, and running one side of my shear down her hair like so. And this is just going to take care of those flyaways and help smooth her hair out a bit. And here's my favorite part of the haircut, the razor work. I really like using my razor to help shatter the ends out. It kind of gives that haircut the messy, texturized look we're going for, especially when doing a lob. So I am just kind of going throughout her hair, using my razor, feathering through, connecting all the layers, shattering her ends out. It just gives it a really nice, messy, texturized look. And here I'm actually twisting the hair and then running the razor down it. And this is going to give her a few more defined layers throughout her hair instead of just kind of doing a little bit like I was doing before. This is just my favorite trick to do.
Hi you guys! Okay, so we just finished her hair. Look how cute and beautiful. It's like the perfect root smudge blonde, and she looks awesome with short hair. So we're super excited about it. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and let me know what videos you'd like to see in the future, and don't forget to like and subscribe.